Chill.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the LIV'N podcast. We have another very special guest here today. We have a good friend, a brother, and one of the most poppin' DJs in the city, Mr. DJ Hardaway. What's up,
Man,
brother?
what's up with it? Like you said, a brother. I feel good to be here.
Yes, yes. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good today.
Yeah,
Today's a good day. The weather is decent.
yeah.
You feel me?
Hell yeah. Well, thanks for hopping on, man.
No, without a doubt. Overdue. We've
Yeah,
been trying to actually line this up for a minute, too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what I was just telling Sean earlier too.
Yeah, respect, because the people that were on this platform before me were just as important, if not more important. So I definitely am proud to be here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we're happy to have you and kind of just share your story.
No, for sure.
So yeah, kind of just want to just like hop into it, and like I kind of want to start from the beginning. Most people know you as DJ Hardaway, and they see you in the nightlife, and even sometimes at daytime parties or wherever you're at,
Yeah.
spinning. But before Hardaway, and was a person, like
Yeah.
who were you, and what was kind of your origins to get to your beginnings of DJing?
It's crazy telling that story. I get asked the story every blue moon, but it's crazy because I never knew exactly like DJing was my exact lane. I was around music, had a passion for music, had an enjoyment for music,
Right.
and what was really around me was rappers, and I really just knew. When I used to sit in the studio with the guys that I hung around a lot of people, but they were actually talented at this. They were not your whack rappers.
Right.
So sitting there for 2, 4, 6 hours watching somebody's process and seeing how good they were, I'm like, that's not for me. I like the music, but that's not for me. I can't wordsmith like that.
Right.
So I did notice one of my niches, and I think it was with the internet. Really, is that I was big on being the first on music. Like even in high school, like I was one of those people coming to high school like, yo, I just downloaded this, I got that,
Right.
and it's funny to go backwards to go forward. I had a basketball coach in middle school that used to DJ for KS 175 at one point,
Okay.
and I never had no even bond with him to want to do that. But he was one of those people that was trying to like, if you ever want to fuck with this or you ever want to rock with this, just let us know. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'll try to get you into like music or whatever. I never paid attention to. I was always into basketball, and then one day it clicked. I was like, it's either DJing or producing for me, and it was because I like I would say the blends of music. I like to actually mix the songs, I guess, or the creativity too, but to
Right.
blend the music. And I say that with producing too because if I ever was a producer, I probably would only sample songs. I
Yeah.
would only or instruments. I would only sample if I was a producer.
Right.
So that was my thing, and I was like, all right, cool. I went to college, and that's where I found my niche to actually be a DJ. Um, I went to a HBCU. It's called Texas College in East
Okay.
Texas.
Shout out HBCU.
Man, most definitely an experience that's 101 if you ask me. But while I was there, there was a DJ there, and I just don't think that he was as communicative as I knew I could be.
Right.
Like he was just the DJ.
Yeah.
I knew I could be the DJ and the guy.
Right.
So I felt like I took advantage of that and had to go through the process like everybody else. You start at being trash and having to learn this craft.
Right.
And I went through a lot of mentorship that I definitely appreciate to this day. And just started in college at basketball games, to be honest with you. Like
Okay. At
I,
the HP at your college.
yep.
Okay.
So when I did get my opportunity, it was the pregame when they're doing the layup drills, the halftime. But our halftime is a little different. Like at an HBCU, you have the Greeks.
Yep.
So the Greeks are stepping on the floor during halftime or after the game. So the atmosphere is way different. Like nothing, no knock to anybody else that facilitates an event.
Yeah.
It's just a one-on-one event, like
Right.
because it's something different and unique about this culture. And of course, there's plenty of HBCUs that do it, and that's what made the job important. Honestly, like you would probably think it's not a big deal, but it was a big deal to have the energy in this room and all of that. And then later on, being in that college environment, I've got my first shot.
Yep.
After my first shot, Domino's. As far as the college atmosphere,
Yeah.
Domino's for sure. I DJ'd in plenty of colleges around Texas and Louisiana. It was just a little different. We traveled to, I guess, build your brand and your name. It mattered.
Yeah. Definitely.
It still matters, but in certain states, you kind of want to be the king of your state. In this, I don't think there's a king of Texas. It's just such a big state that you just
Yeah.
gotta get what's you can get out of it and make yourself feel good about it. So
Definitely.
then I transcend back home, and I was being lazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. After graduation, graduating college, I was just being lazy, and it took my peers to want to reactivate that fuel in me to be like, bro, your handles say that you're a DJ, pursue it. Shout out to DJ Blazing and DJ Victory, of
Okay.
course, Squizzy Taylor. They probably gave me all my first opportunities when I came back home and built it from there to a lot of things that people see me doing now. So I really just appreciate all people. If I didn't name them, I appreciate them. There's so many people that
Yeah.
I could name in the beginning of the journey.
Right.
You know, those are, it sucks like to sometimes not say them because those are the forgotten people.
Yeah.
But hopefully through this interview, I'll tell you who was that person
Yeah,
that
definitely.
really,
So like kind of speaking on like people who kind of inspired you and pushed you
yeah.
early on, what are some of the lessons that they kind of taught you early on in your career that you kind of still hold true to today?
Man, it's crazy that you say that because, like, for me, I I get those, like you say, the beginning type of lessons to learn,
Right.
and sometimes I still deal with them today. Not that I'm not listening or learning; they're always gonna echo. And I think one of the biggest things is that you're in control of this. Like a lot of people, even as entrepreneurs, you start working in a rhythm of something,
Right.
and you forget that you still control that rhythm. It's not the brands and this and that control what you do. You just got in a rhythm, and you're not stagnant, but you're appreciating what's going on. That you got to remember, you got the wheel.
Right.
And I think that's one of those things that still echoes from the beginning to the end. Like you say, when you go to the beginning of my career, and the advice people gave me was that you could take it this way, that way, this way, that way. I might have took it this way for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then another part of my career was like, don't forget, I told you can go that way too. You just put not even your eggs in one basket. You didn't exert it all the way in every angle.
Right.
So you got to exert it in every angle, and that's I think where you'll see more of the successful DJs.
Yeah. No, I agree. And so, kind of on the opposite end of that,
Hmm.
as far as like the inspiration, the motivation, and the leadership that you had, at what point early on, maybe that you kind of like maybe doubt yourself, or maybe like, hey, maybe this isn't for me, or and then like, what did that look like, if so, and then who kind of helped you get out of that? What helped you get out of that mindset?
You want an honest answer to that?
What?
I ain't never had a doubt.
Okay.
I ain't never had a doubt that it wasn't for me. Once I like said it was for me,
Yeah.
I've embraced it to this day.
Hell yeah.
Um, so I can't say that it wasn't for me. And then even that, like when you, I don't want to say go from nothing, but when you go from basically DJing in a basketball gym to sometimes looking out at Red Rocks at a bunch of people and stuff,
Right.
man, it had to be for me. It had to be like the humble part of accepting your journey. So that's I don't never really feel like that, and there's still things on the list I want to do, and I'm like, it got to be for me. Like this is for me. I just got to go chase some of those things I still want to do.
Right. No, that's real. And so I wanna go back because I kind of want to talk about the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And so for the viewers that maybe don't know
Mm-hmm.
what a HBCU is, can you kind of like explain what that is, what that community
A
and that environment is
historically
like, and how
black
it's
college or university,
yeah,
and uh, I mean they all originate from African American leaders that were pushing education.
right,
So inequality, you know what I'm saying? So these schools were placed in developmental areas to where you see the people that come to these schools from the beginning to date, you see that there is a thrive, like you said, to be within a culture. You're going here for culture. You're going to get an education, but you're going for the culture.
right,
And that culture sometimes is banned. The band can be very predominant at a school. Our band, I don't think our band was predominant, but we had predominant players. I would not talk down on my
okay,
band, but I think we had some great guys that could compete with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
sometimes it's that. Sometimes it is the Greek culture, the
yeah,
sororities and the fraternities. Especially, like I said, most of these fraternities they start in the early 1900s. So people's grandparents and mothers and aunts and uncles have all been in this, and they want to live through those legacies. So that alone is different. Obviously, it's historically black, so the percentage of black people is higher at these schools.
right,
And I know it sounds so obvious, but when I tell you, I feel like I've been to I guess what you say, black environments,
Yeah.
even in regular schools, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that where everybody's black, man.
Right.
The only people that weren't really black where I was at was the soccer team and the baseball team.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But other than that, that's predominantly what you're gonna see. And I mean, the culture to me was it's just a different level of party. Like I'm pretty sure like CU is a party school.
Right.
They just party different. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
And also too, like my HBCU was in the middle of the country, so it's a city in the middle of the country. It wasn't in the actual main city. So for me, we had to find fun in other things that weren't normal to city people.
Right.
Like I found I've been doing it in my life, but I found a bigger love for hunting until probably my last time hunting. But
Okay.
hunting was fun
Yeah.
because there's not Dave and Buster's out here. Like we rather go hunt wild hogs and stuff like that. So those things, just appreciating a lot of different things at that time for me. Another thing, being in that culture, like you said, there's multiple schools, so
Right.
we went to the other HBCUs to see what culture they were given. Like just because a fraternity's big here, it may not be big there. It might be a different frat. They might do things different. Um, I think college in general was just what they say, what a time to be alive. Because
Right.
for me, it was an experience when I left Colorado, but like I'm really seeing multiple schools. Like I traveled in my college experience, so I'm seeing multiple schools do this at a high level, entertainment, fun, like I said, culture, all that. So
Yeah.
it was dope to me to get to experience all of that, and it took one HBCU to make me want to go see the rest of what everybody else had to offer. Like probates are a big deal in HBCUs.
Yeah.
When the Greeks are gonna become official or whatever,
Yep.
everybody's there from different schools, and usually I get to DJ those. So it was big deal. Like the yard, like I don't even know about yards at other schools
Yeah.
because they don't have a reason to have a yard, so to speak. Well, I can't speak on that, but that's how I feel.
Right.
So it's just like really dope to see that for me.
Yeah. No, and I get that a lot because my sister, she went to HBCU,
Where'd she go?
Dillard.
That's
Uh,
another good HBCU.
yeah, yeah, down the NOLA.
Yeah,
And so yeah, she joined the AKAs, and so
yeah.
was there for that, and yeah, it's,
And then
I
people
mean,
don't understand that the fraternities in college have a role, but outside of college and after college, that's a network for life that
oh yeah,
is
my mom,
incredible.
yeah, an AKA, they still doing all kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
My
crazy.
grandpa's in a
So my,
fraternity.
my
Yeah.
godmom is an AKA, and my birth mom is a Delta,
Oh, okay.
and I deal with that all the time.
Yeah,
I deal with that all the time.
always something going on.
I personally did not pledge when I was in college. I was in the process of doing it, and I just found that respect came behind DJing.
Right.
Honestly, I was getting respect whether I was a part of this frat or that frat from everybody, and it kind of just swayed my decision to stand alone and just get love for life. I still get love.
Yeah.
There's people that swear I'm a part of their frat just because they know like it's mad love.
Yeah, you turn up the party.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just bad love. I've always been there or been around, and they just like, man, you should have been one of us.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know it sounded good, and it still does because I know the network that comes with that. But I just been learning to earn that same network with DJing and the Hardaway brand, honestly.
Definitely. And so it's cool that you got to experience like that type of culture and also travel during that time as well. And so, from your point of view, what would you say about the culture that Denver has when it comes to like the music and maybe the nightlife and just kind of what you see as a DJ? What do you think the culture is like here?
It's very unique in a good way. Very. When I say slept on, I don't mean that people aren't aware of it. I think out of towners have the wrong idea. So when they come here and they actually see it, they're like, "Whoa, this is very very cool."
Right.
But I think the people here they know what Denver culture is, and the dope part about it to me is that it's still being defined. So it's not like ancient. It's not like old rule book. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You can still define what the Denver culture or Colorado culture is. So,
Yeah.
like you said, to even speak on it right now is like you would have to have a instant live to know exactly what it entitles right now. It's changing every day. It's changing every hour because somebody's waking up and being innovative in what we do.
Right.
So for me, I could just only say the difference from college was less black people. The percent is
Right.
different, but other than that, I think college obviously is a young man's game. coming back home to Denver and being graduated, I had to start the entrepreneurial side fully and being a brand and a business. And that's what I realized, that all the money that people talk about in Denver is in a business.
Right.
So anybody create a business and really push that agenda the furthest you can here, because that's what this is. This is a big business town, not a really a small business town.
Right.
So you got to take your small biz big,
Yeah.
and get what's here, because it's a lot of dope stuff here for sure.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, and like you said, like your business and what you're building and what you're creating.
yeah,
Um,
there's a lot of things, and like I said, it's changing to where I
yeah.
can't just give you the freshest thing, but the music has changed to where there's different roles and players that weren't predominant back in the days when certain music was going on.
Right.
There's different avenues of how to promote your music and stuff. So it's really dope. And then you're seeing different artists do it different ways right now. So like I said, there's no one way to do it about Denver no more. And I think that's what's dope about it. If you come here, you can see a culture that once you get in it, it's like you're live. It's not like old. It's not like just written down. You're alive in the culture.
Yeah.
I think that's what's dope about it. Like that, I would say that's the difference about HBCUs. That culture's been the same. It's just been given new flavors.
Right.
This is being redefined every day, and it's pretty dope to see.
Yeah. And so when I think culture, I also think community, and they're kind of like one and the
Yeah,
same in a lot of ways.
yeah.
But how do you think we can better enhance our community? I wouldn't say no community is ever perfect, but in your ways, like how can
Man,
we be better as a community?
I've been having this question with myself because I think due to some advice that was given to me recently is we all need to dive into our Rolodexes and figure out who we all know, because once we figure out who we all know, we can actually bring some big business together, in my opinion. And I think that even just sitting in this room right now, I don't know who you know that could have an impact on my community, my career, my brand, or anything, and vice versa.
Right.
So I think that it would be great to just have the word itself, better community,
Yeah.
communication, community in general.
Yeah. Connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
connection. I think that would just be the best start, in my opinion. And I'm not saying no one's doing it. I think we gotta just reevaluate sometimes. Sometimes you do something for 2-3 months and it works and it's doing well, but there's nothing wrong with going back to it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with going back to it. And just like me and you, we know this. If I'm being frank, this interview is taking 5 months to sit down.
I don't think it's that long, but it's been
Three
it's
and a
been it's been
half,
it's
three
been
and
a
a half,
couple.
4.
Yeah.
But communication that we're here today,
Right.
and neither party felt no type of way about you taking too long. I think I'm bigger than who you had on 2 weeks, a month, or whatever ago. I just understood that the platform mattered, and I had to get in line and be here today and try to make an impact both ways,
Yeah.
listening and telling the story.
Yeah. Exactly, man. Um. So when I say the word personal branding,
hmm
what does that mean to you? And kind of tell our viewers like why that is important.
Personal branding,
Yeah.
I think, I think we all define it differently. I think personal branding, you think, is your control. And I don't think personal branding is your control. I think personal branding has to be your niche, you know, and that is the one thing you can control.
Right.
Because if you have a one-on-one niche, or you have something that's working for you and that's what makes you great, that's what you need to like just focus and personalize.
Yeah.
And I think when people think about your person, you spread it out too much. You think about your brand, you think about your image, you think about your character, you think about all these things that we all carry.
Right.
You gotta think about your niche. You gotta think what makes you one-on-one and make that your personal trait that shines. And I think every brand does it.
Yeah.
Like, someone's always telling you who got a better speaker, who has a better frames per second image, graphics, you know. So
Right.
that's just where your niche is. But other than that, the best thing that you can do, and I think in your personal world, is figure out your niche and not exert all your energy into it, but a lot of it.
Right.
A lot of it for sure. I think a lot of DJs do it, but my personal niche was my soundtrack. I just picked a playlist at the time, and I still do it, but I try to really read the room for not only what they want to hear, but what everybody else ain't playing. That's what's
Right.
gonna make me unique. If I'm the only person, I'll just say him because he's so controversial. If I'm the only person playing Kanye, and there's a crowd that's loving it, they're rocking with me.
Right.
And if everybody come back around to liking Kanye again, everybody like, nah, he was the only one. I'm perfect example. Gunna was very, very, very controversial to play for a little bit.
Yeah.
Whether it was 24 hours, some people can make that decision faster than others.
Right.
I had to go to Dallas, and I was in the club in Dallas, and they was playing the song "Fuck You Mean,"
Right.
and I'm watching the whole club. QP ski. Oh, I got to take my politics out of this.
Yeah.
I got to play the record because if I can get Colorado to QP ski,
Right.
I'm not worried about all that other stuff
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with the music. And there are artists and situations where I try not to play it because it may not be the time. But I did that with Gunna, and then I realized that you can't do that right now.
Right.
This is working. You know, you gotta go see that this is actually working. So I think that's all it takes, bro, is studying the game and figuring out what you can do. I watch Shark Tank a lot.
Yeah, I love that show.
I watch Shark Tank a lot, and of course, people come in with common ideas. People come in with one-on-one ideas.
Right.
The only person that really get money and the people that you see eventually on shelves is the person with a niche. Everybody else, they probably get a deal with them, and the business might go left, right, down, up. But everybody that goes in there with a niche and without debt that they ain't gotta sweep up, they get a deal, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I watch it so much, to figure out what products do I need to get ahead of, or stocks to invest in, all kind of stuff. But learning that day to day is figure out what your niche is. And I'm still trying to figure out some stuff right now that I see what's going on. I could do that, but what's my niche in that?
Right.
Yeah. That's how I see it.
Forever evolving, you know.
That's the way it got to be, man. I don't got my haircut right now, but that's really what my haircut embodies. Is that I saw Tupac said that he learned from his mom that basically like to forever chase knowledge. That's why like back in the day, most people only got like a short part.
Yeah.
It was like a real short part. Tupac was the first one in the Juice movie to like really swirl it all the way through.
Yeah.
And I guess powerful lady to his mom being a Black Panther, she just basically told him to forever chase knowledge. That's the main reason why I don't cut my hair. I need a haircut, but main reason why I don't cut my hair from that style is to remind me the same thing. Just don't forever get to chase the knowledge, bro. Yeah. That's why me personally, I still get my hair cut that same way every single time.
Yeah, now that I think about it, you're right. I was like,
and I'm pretty sure it's aged. I'm pretty sure that haircut is aged.
No, man.
With everybody else, not me. I'm confident in what I do.
Yeah.
And I love it too. I love going somewhere and everybody look at me like, what is this doing? What is he doing with his hairstyle, his cut? And I'm so respected by so many people. I can shake hands and talk to everybody. And it's like, dang, you think this cut is going to stop me from being just like you?
Right.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's a funny story. It cracks me up a lot. I can see it sometimes. People like, but he's talking to, why would he talk to a dude that has his hair cut like that? Like, and then, I mean, that's probably the first time I said that on camera. I put it on a mix before.
Okay.
But that's probably the first time I said it on camera. That's what that cut means.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, you're being you, and at the end of the day.
Nah, like I said, I wouldn't. Cut's cool, but I wouldn't probably kept it this long if it didn't have a meaning.
Right.
That's why I for sure rock with it.
Yeah. And I like how you say chasing knowledge. I think that's powerful, and it's like we're human. We don't know everything, but to chase knowledge and to chase wanting to be better.
That's what AI is for, man.
It's huge.
AI isn't just here to cut the shortcuts, bro. They putting AI into the world to chase knowledge.
Yeah. So for you right now, what would you say? What are some things you're trying to learn, or what type of personal development things you're trying to do to just better yourself, just as a man, as a human, as a DJ?
I'm smiling because day trading, man.
Yeah, okay.
Day trading, man. I'm not trying to take nobody's job. I don't want to be a wizard. I just want to be able to the knowledge. I just want the knowledge to really be comfortable in it. I'm learning. If anybody out there, I want to learn. But no, day trading is one of those things. I think you have to look at the economy, the world we live in.
Right.
Is very based on all those numbers you see going up and down every day. Everything that functions is off of that. So I really just want the knowledge. I think the knowledge can help me day to day as well. I would say as a man, I think all men should evolve. So I'm always in an evolving mode. But for me right now, my evolve is to really like taking the journey. This is a good moment too to be in a podcast situation, but to really take a look at the journey and look at those things you did right, look at those things you did wrong, and figure out how to not only grow up in those situations, but never do them again.
Right.
The wrong ones and even the right ones. You don't want to do the same thing right over and over. You want to do something different right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just learning from the journey. I think I've done a lot of things. I know the other things I still want to do, but you can't get too far ahead without, at least appreciating what you have done and living in the moment. The last thing, living. I think mental health wise, not specifically with me, but a lot of people, no matter what they do, DJ, 9 to 5, whatever they do, they forget to live, bro. And living isn't always, a cruise and all of those things. That's when you're living how you want to live.
Right.
But a lot of people forget to do the simple stuff, bro. And if it's meditate, um, read a book, if it's walk in a park, there's a lot of simple things. Ice cream with a close friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that I think people forget to live because we get to the seriousness. There's a lot of serious people in this world. I got friends, they don't got time to do nothing. All they do is get money. I applaud
Yeah.
them. I wish I could have that mentality.
Right.
But I'd be trying to live too.
Right.
I would love to just go hang out and go bowling sometimes or go watch a movie, the new Michael Jackson movie out. Like, you gotta live. And then even when it comes to making money, if you're saving all this money to take a trip, you can't say I can't go on a trip because I just keep working and working and working and working and working.
Right.
Live. Go take that trip. You deserve it, especially if you put in the hard work in. And I think that's one thing that I focus on. I think I put a lot of years into working, and the living I was doing was careless living. I couldn't even appreciate the living I was doing.
Right.
Like, I just getting lucky living in those moments.
Yeah.
So I want to not be lucky at it no more. I want to work hard, live, work hard,
Yeah. Would you say for you personally that you have a good balance between your
Hell
work
no, I don't
ethic
think
and
nobody got no good balance. We learn from others.
yeah.
And that's the thing. I think we also got to redefine balance. I think a lot of people think balance is 50-50.
Right. No, it's not.
It's not.
No.
It's not. If 90-10 works for you in being introverted and extroverted,
Yeah.
so be it.
Right.
That's balance. 90-10 works for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and I think that's where I'm at with a lot of things, that my balance doesn't look good because it's not 50-50. I don't always balance things at 50-50. Sometimes those 80-20s and 90-10s and 60-40s work for me.
Right. So, and kind of what helps, if say like you're kind of like deep into it and you're just really focused, which is great, but you're still a human being and maybe you're feeling, maybe overwhelmed or overworked, and it could all be self-inflicted. How do you recognize that, and then how do you reel yourself back?
Recognizing it ain't always easy.
Right.
That's not always easy. I was smiling because I'm simplistic. I'm so simplistic, bro. All I gotta do is put my PlayStation headphones on and lock in on the game for a couple hours, because it's a pro and a con, right? The pro for me is the getaway.
Right.
Headphones on, it's max volume going on. I'm not worried about. I can't even hear my phone sometimes. People call me and be like, "I called you." I didn't feel the vibration, didn't see the flash, didn't see the call, and it's sitting right here in front of me because
Right.
these headphones are so loud.
Yeah.
So that's something so simple for me, just a quick getaway. Con to it is because same time I'm doing something that, for me, is living. I could have been doing something productive to continue to be greater and then be able to live more. So pro and con, you just got to be able to find balance in that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I personally am very simplistic like that, bro. It's easy.
Yeah.
Too much going on. Let me just get on the game for a couple hours, space out, and then when I'm done with that, I know I just lack by getting on the game, so I gotta bounce back too.
Right.
I gotta bounce back, gotta get to it. That's why I gotta go home and get in bounce back mode right now. I spent too much gaming.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, like you said, still balance whatever that is for you.
Mm.
And there's always going to be like more work to do. There's always going to be
Oh,
more
that's
fun
the
to,
thing
like,
about life, bro. That's one thing that frustrates me, bro. I get very frustrated when it's like, but you could have did better. That is with anything.
yeah.
What? Like, of course. I appreciate the constructive criticism. I know
Right.
I could have did better, but everything could be better.
Right.
That's why we evolve. That's why we do all these things. But it's just to continue that challenge, to let you know, keep going.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm happy that you have that outlet, even if it's just a simple video game for a couple
I
hours.
think
And
that's the thing. I think I didn't struggle, but I think we're all different, and some people make it harder than what it is. Some people be like, "Oh, I gotta go to the Bahamas and take a vacation." Well, when you financially gotta save
yeah,
and
sometimes it's like a vacation like that be more exhausting than just being at home.
like I said, all I gotta do is hit the button
Yeah,
and load up. You know what I'm saying? So that's a simplistic favor to me. There's other stuff I do that are very simplistic. Oh, I'm better at it now, but sometimes I go shopping. If you could tell, probably sometimes I shouldn't be telling this, but sometimes something probably wrong with me if I went on a shopping spree. It's not good
so you
times.
come back with all the new drip. You gotta be like,
I
gotta
don't
check
even
on
wear
you.
it all the time. I don't even wear it. It used to go to the back of my closet for 3 6 months.
Yeah,
I don't even wear it, but I was going through something to where I felt like it just didn't feel good. I know it's gonna make me feel good. Good clothes,
so is
good.
that helpful for you? Is that what you're saying? Going like
Not to your
shopping?
pockets.
Yeah,
Not to your pockets is not helpful. It's helpful to the mental, but not to those pockets.
yeah,
Once again, that's another balance. Your
right.
mental, your mental and your financial.
Yeah,
Everybody they think they can afford a Lambo till you standing in front of the price tag.
yeah.
So nah, that's one of those things I can say I do.
All right.
But everybody got their own thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody got their own thing.
yeah.
So I think just when you find it, be aware. Like you see, I'm aware that shopping is good because it's a good outlet for my mental, but
Right.
it's also bad for my pockets sometimes when I could be investing that money differently. Or I always say, save your money, it'll save you.
Yeah,
So,
I like that.
no, for sure, trust me.
Yeah. I mean, it's choices at the end of the day, and if it feels right and it's not gonna put you out of your way, then
But
But
it's like your grandparents used to tell you, you low key spending that rainy day money. That's low key what you're doing.
right.
You rather have that rainy day money.
Yeah.
And granted, it ain't been snowing in Colorado. It been raining.
Yeah.
In my world, it's been raining.
I feel that. So I wanna kind of go a little bit behind the scenes. I want to dive into kind of the DJ stuff.
Yeah,
So off top, people see what they see. They see you up there. They see you having a good time, spinning, getting the party hyped, and whatnot. And it looks fun, and I'm sure it's fun a lot of times. But like, what's maybe a misconception about DJs that people don't understand or see, or some behind the scenes
I
that
think
like people don't
that
fully understand
the
about the craft?
misconception people see is that I say fried, but my brain is fried for like 4 hours, 5 hours, however long this gig is, because it's about who can read the room best. So you got to keep doing your check-ins with the room.
Right.
Then you
And what are you
already
looking for when you're doing that? Like, what are you looking for? What needs to stand out to guide you?
basics. I get a sauce away. You're looking at sex, male and women.
Uh huh.
You're looking at age, and you're looking at race. It's gonna tell you everything you need to know.
Right.
That's gonna tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at those dynamics, it changes obviously as the event. The young folks might come early, the older folks come early, but when they miss, you got to figure it out. You got to read the room. You got to really pay attention to what's going on. And I think that's something that people don't understand. That everybody's different. It could be 5, 10, 15, 30 hour. Keep looking up to see what's changed in this room. What can I do? What can I change in this atmosphere?
Right.
And make sure I'm doing my job. Like I said, for me, my brain's fried. I started at 9 o'clock. And I'm thinking 2, 3, 4 songs ahead. What am I about to play? Only time that changes is when I look up, like, ooh, I can't do that 4 songs away because something's changed in the room.
Right.
So, like, those are the things that I personally look at, and I think it's a huge misconception that, like you said, I'm just up there partying, getting drunk with everybody. I don't even
Yeah.
drink, but everybody just thinks up there partying, getting drunk.
Right.
I'm up here trying to think, what comes on after this song? What do they want to hear? Should I play this? It's time to break new records. Oh, so-and-so's in the building. Should I play his song? Sometimes the controversy, is it safe to play Kanye right now?
Yeah.
Like, it's so many things that go through your head. And I think when you practice, sometimes it's even more pressure because you're like, I practice. I got to go crazy.
Right.
When you don't practice, same pressure. I should have practiced. I should have, executed at a high level. So I think that's the highest misconception is that we're partying and not at work. Even that, too. I tell people all the time, I cannot walk into anyone's job. I hate to say a job, but I cannot walk into your job and do half the things that people do to me while I'm at my job.
Right.
But people don't understand that because we all in the club, bro.
Yeah.
What job? Even when I'm not at club events, sometimes people are used to seeing me in the club and they treat that environment like sometimes my corporate gigs. I'm like, bro, you can't just stand on the people chair. Like, this is not that type of gig. It's
Right.
stuff like that. And then it's not bad home training. It's just you don't know that there's a difference in all of these events. And I think that's one of the greater things too is as you expand as a DJ and you do other gigs and you do this gig and you do that gig, you got to change your palette for every gig. I don't go into every gig playing the same thing. The other day, shout out DJ Ambitious Boy, he blessed me with a gig, and it was top 40. Different type of top 40 at that.
Right.
It's the top 40 that you probably only play Lil Wayne once, and you better play a Millie or Lollipop.
Yeah.
They want to hear all the other top 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to have that ability to know what to look for in the room. And that's what I had to read the room. I'm looking up. I'm like, okay, well, I can't even get away with the regular top 40 today. It's strictly number ones.
Yeah.
Strictly number one billboards. Nothing lower for the last 10, 25 years. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And you just got to learn that. And it comes with the experience. Like, I started DJing in college in 2012, so I got some experience to date,
Definitely.
you know.
So would you say it's more improv than it is planned? Like you might go in with a
DJing?
plan. Yeah.
It depends on set. Me personally, I think that's where my niche is.
Okay.
I practice, but it's always a freestyle.
Yeah.
It's always a freestyle. I might got a good mix in there, but it's always a freestyle because I got to read the room. I can't come in here with a preset. Okay, this how I even practice, right? If let's say I think tonight is gonna be nothing but gang members coming tonight. We got Young Jeezy hosting. It's gonna be nothing but gang members coming. I'm gonna practice the most gangster set ever, and I'm rocking with that. It's gonna get me through the night. They're gonna love me. I'm gonna go crazy.
Right.
And for some reason, it ain't nothing but ratchet girls in here. They all love Young Jeezy.
Right.
I don't know if my set gonna work. I gotta prepare that. What happens if you got nothing but girls that love Jeezy? What you gonna play? I'm like, there it is. Practice, get some reps in, and then I got to go read the room. And
Right.
that's why I say it's a freestyle, because when I go read the room, it may not work how I did it at the house or in whatever practice environment I was in, but it may not work that way. So reading the room is always, I tell people that all the time. Whoever can read the room, the best is the best DJ. All that other stuff doesn't matter. It does to us, but it don't matter to the regular people. The regular people only care about who can read the room the best.
Right. Yeah, and I would, I'm gonna call it a palette, if you will.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have an extensive palette because you're listening to songs, and it's like hardly ever are you playing the whole entire song from start to
Nah,
finish.
we were talking about Drake
Right.
the other day, bro. And we said Drake has A-side records and Drake has B-side records. Drake got C-side records. Drake has another category of records that, like, people want to hear all of that,
Right.
depending on what palette and environment we're in.
Yeah.
And that's what I, once again, love about that Denver culture right now is there's a lot of people being innovative. There's a lot of palettes out there that you can go enjoy. It's not a hard search, but gotta go be willing. You gotta
Yeah.
go be willing to go see those things and get out of the norm.
Right. So how many songs on average would you say you would play in a whole night? What's a typical night? 9 to 2 for you?
Yeah,
Or-
I think I've been trying to track this lately. I think it's like 250 to 400 songs or something like that.
And what is that?
4 hours,
4 hours.
like
span?
4 hours. Yeah, I think it's like 250 to 400 songs.
Man, it's not surprising. That just seems like so much.
But I'm not playing them that long.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's like the palette.
That's a
I'm talking about.
balance. That's a
I think
balance.
that's the impressive part.
Do you know how many people be like, man, why you turn that off so early? that's the thing too. You gotta find a balance in that.
Yeah.
There's some songs I know. Yeah, this is my bathroom break song. I can run to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah.
Anything DJ Khaled and Amigos?
Yeah.
That's 3 Migos. Khaled talking. I got enough time to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to take advantage of those. Almost any DJ Khaled, I'm trying to take advantage of. He probably got like 3, 4 people on the song. Let me go on, try to take advantage of this moment, do something. Or like I said, take a moment away from being fried.
Right.
If I know this song gonna take 3 minutes and I already know the next song, now maybe I could talk to you and have a moment in the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything being good. Other than that, I don't want to talk to you, bro. I'm looking at this computer. I'm trying to figure this out real quick because I'm trying to impress these people and hold a high. That's the thing too. I think it's about caring.
Yeah.
If you care about being a good DJ, you're gonna care about always putting on a great show.
Yeah.
If you don't care about being a good DJ, you're gonna go collect that check and go home.
Right.
I could say to date, from 2012 to date, I still care about DJing. I can't say the same way because I feel like sometimes my passion is got higher, sometimes my passion is pivoted, but it's never declined
Right.
for sure. I could say that though.
Yeah. So I guess from where you're at and what you're doing, I guess what's a goal that you have as far as like elevating your career?
I keep having this in my personal conversations, like with my close friends. Um, the goal is to, I feel like, experience DJing at everything it has to offer. I don't know if I've experienced DJing at everything it has to offer to make like a end goal. I'm nowhere near the end goal. I'm just getting started. I tell people all the time, I feel like I just went from college to the pros.
Right.
Like now I'm in the pros, rookie. There's a lot of great names in this league. You gotta embody that and become one of those. You don't just start out. Everybody's not LeBron, bro. Everybody's not a high school phenom.
Right.
So I just feel like that. And when it comes to that, there's so many avenues DJing can take you. I still want to do some type of major touring. Um, I want to allow my brand to get to a level where I can have an impact in someone else's life as a DJ. DJs and artists should always have a close relationship. So I want to be able to, or a producer, be able to bring something to the table with one of them and what the game has to offer as far as like the big leagues. I think I haven't really tried to lock in with anybody, but I do support all the artists however I can.
Right.
But I think it would be dope to try to really build an artist to that next level or a producer to that next level. Community, like we said too. I
Right.
think I'm trying to watch my mouth on here, but I really think one of the biggest problems that we have is giving back to our people, and not in a bad way. I just think that if, let's say, Colorado stands behind me, right,
Right.
and they push me to a level to where I'm hanging out with Kanye. I mean, I can't be entitled or nothing, but I would hope that I could do something with Kanye to impact Colorado. If he opens up a school, if he gives away some free shoes, if he does a camp teaching producers, I feel like that's one thing that I want to do because Colorado has stood behind me for the time it has, even the other states I've lived in. I just want to give back, and I think you got to have leverage. So your brand has to be in a position that the Kanye West will want to work with you.
Right.
Why would I want to donate a bunch of Yeezy or Adidas gear to you? What does it matter? So I think that's one thing that it's not an end goal. I haven't even done it enough to be like, hey man, I done found a niche in this
Right.
that where this is how I'm gonna end the game. You know,
Yeah.
I done did this for years too, and this is how I'm gonna end it. I know I can do this, and not even about being set for life. I think about being a staple.
Right.
Like I've stapled my brand to where, like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's brand is so stapled. There's nothing you could say.
Yeah. No.
He doesn't have to come alive again and redo some stats. Yeah, people are blowing some of his stats out the water because times have changed, but he
Right.
stapled what he stapled while he was alive. I think the same thing about myself. I just want to staple what I know I'm a staple while I'm alive.
Yeah. No, it's huge. And like you said, like giving back to the community.
Yeah,
And to
I
the
don't think
community
we
that
do
supports
that
you.
well, and that's why
Yeah.
I say I just want to watch my language that because I know a lot of people do give to the
Yeah.
community, but like I said, I think when the people stand behind you, the people that stand alone, yeah, they definitely give back to the community. But when
Right.
you got people standing behind you, you gotta pay it forward. That's the one I've said it plenty of times. One of my I call him my big bro, but big homie, OG, however you want to call him, my boy Kure, he's always been looking out for me in so many ways as a mentor that when you can't pay it back, you got to pay it forward.
Right.
Like, that's the best thing you could do when you can't pay somebody back. I can't pay him back for everything he's done for me, bro.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can do as DJ Hardaway is continue to pay it forward. I try to call him too, like, hey man, the other day I did something good because I can't pay him back for everything he's done for me, bro.
Right.
Nah, no way. It's just too far gone. I'm about 1.5 million in the hole. No, I'm playing.
Yes.
I'm playing. But nah, he's definitely been one of those type of people.
Yeah. So overall, it's kind of like for us to grow as a community, we need to focus more on giving than receiving.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when they're standing behind you, this is why I say that because they'll always show up. they'll always show up. And people wonder, like, well, how can you say happy birthday to Drake and you don't say happy birthday to me? Because they feel like every time Drake come into town and they spend their money on them tickets, he show up.
Right.
I know he hasn't actually came in a long time.
Yeah.
Pause. I know he hasn't shown up to the venue in a long time, but when he does show up and he performs and he entertains,
Right.
that's what make people want to support Drake and continue to support Drake and love Drake.
Right.
So I think that a lot of times when someone like me, I'll use me as an example. Let's say, um, I guess I can use CU because I work at CU. I gotta try to, and trust me, I'm working on this. I gotta try to just get get the players or a coach or something like just come talk to the kids. Come talk to a football team for me
Right.
because the people, my community, with the hard work that I've done, they push me in front of the right people's faces to get that job opportunity.
Right.
And now that I'm associated with football players and football coaches every day, I'm no NIL, I'm no link to the plug or nothing like that. But the least I could do is say, yo, you ever get a second? Do you mind coming to this high school talking to these kids? I can ask for other stuff. You mind setting up a camp? You
Right.
know, but the basics. Try to start where you think is feasible for all parties.
Yeah.
And I think that's feasible. Maybe if you take 30 minutes out your day, come talk to this high school real quick, high school football team. And that's one of the things I'm working on right now. Everybody that's pre-involved in this conversation knows. And like I said, it's just conversations. I'm not trying to do nothing major. I would love to do something major,
Right.
but you gotta crawl before you can walk. So right now, I think that's another thing in my career I'm focusing on is stop trying to walk every single time. Crawl, bro.
Yeah.
We all did it.
Yeah.
I don't
100%.
think there's no baby that just walked.
Yeah.
So just understanding that, and that's like I said, the beginning to the end. That's something that happened in the beginning of our lives. We all crawl so we could walk. That mentality doesn't change. Sometimes you can't just walk into every situation. Sometimes you're gonna have to crawl, and then you'll stand up. It should only take you 6 months, 9 months. Most kids, that's when they get to walking.
Right.
Not saying they late bloomers, but you'll get it by one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you put a year into something, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
If a year could change your life, I hear people say that all the time. 1 year could change your entire life. So what's wrong with crawling for a year so you could walk in the next years? And that's one thing I've been learning and been trying to really focus on using the tool and not letting the tool beat you up.
Yeah. No, it's real. It's free game right here.
Man, for
Yeah.
sure, bro. Like you said, you want to know what's really going on, and I think we're in a good position because my real adversity right now, as we all know, is the club's just been closing downtown,
Right.
and it's not my only source of income, but it's one of them. And the pivot, like, how are you going to pivot? What are you going to do? What do you want to stand for if it
Right.
isn't the club? And it's one of the things that, like I said, I'll be going back to the beginning conversations. What did some of those beginning people tell me on your journey, on your embark, what you can do to be great or what you can do to stay on top?
Right.
And don't forget, just because you had a good run last couple years, last couple months, last couple weeks, don't forget that still applies. And that's how you're going to bounce back in the adversity. I mean, I don't think I'm falling off at all, but there is an adversity we're all dealing with. And I mean, I think the people feel it too because when you go outside, sometimes there's a confusion in direction because we're accustomed to what we normally go to.
Right.
But like I said, it's an innovative culture. There's something new going on almost every week.
Yeah.
Whether people are just shooting that shot to crawl to walk or they really got something dope and you just been sleeping on it.
Right.
I'm loving it. Honestly, I do try to stay home, enjoy a couple nights in, but I do like going out and seeing some other little things. I'm like, how did they get this venue? This venue dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
How they get this vibe? These DJs dope. Like, what's going on here? I like this. I like
Right.
this. It's good. And then even that, as a entertainer, I try to tap in. So when am I gonna be on this gig?
Yeah.
I like what y'all doing here.
Hell yeah.
And like I said, the patient game. Might have to wait a couple weeks, months before I'm on their platform. But I enjoy it. I really just been enjoying it lately because it's really also been like we've been talking about this time, defining who I am. It's been a journey to really see like I see you are who you say you are. You're a hot DJ. You're a good person. And I think I just told one of my peers this the other day, and we were using it when you're him. When you know that you him, you can't just keep telling yourself that, bro. You just gotta walk in it.
Right.
You just gotta walk in being him when you know that.
Right.
And I just know I'm really one of them ones all the way around. We'll probably be here all day if we could dive into every single thing that I can do or I know or I've done or whatever. And it's just time to continue to lock in and show that it's a new it's a new chapter, not necessarily in my life, but in economics in general, bro. We
Right.
going into a new wave. We all got to adapt right now, and that's just what I see it as. It's a way to adapt and show that you built, you evolve, you're a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's real. And so I had a couple final questions for
No,
you.
you good, bro. We vibed out.
Want to be respectful of your time, but so in life in general, everybody is on their own,
Hmm.
journey, on their own path, and then dealing with their own things, mentally, physically, spiritually, etc.
Hmm.
What would you tell people in general, to people who kind of feel stuck in life right now? They don't really have a direction, or they feel like maybe they lack motivation or purpose. And what would you kind of tell anybody in that situation in their life right now, about kind of how to move forward and how to kind of get out of that headspace?
Man, I think it's tough to give the real advice because we all have different views. But God, bro, like God for me is the biggest. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's helped me through everything that I go through because I pray over good situations and bad situations,
Yeah.
and I've seen it surpass everything, bro, for me. And I can't speak on everybody else and how they move, but outside of religion, I think your first step after you can handle with God is of course dealing with yourself. And I think a lot of times, even myself, we start with pointing the finger at somebody and we don't realize three point back at us.
Right.
So once you get done blaming everybody else, start blaming you three times as hard of what you could have did to change that narrative.
Right.
And that's what's gonna help you because even I'm dealing with this right now. I feel like now that I can say it's me, I'm the reason why I'm in this situation, no matter what it looks like. I can personally say that I'm okay with how to move forward. I'm okay with how to pivot. I'm okay with how to overcome. I'm okay with how to get to it. I can say that I'm walking forward in faith knowing that it's no one else's reason, fault, or whatever. So if I can figure this out, I'm gonna be good. I
Right.
think a lot of times we come from community, so we think about our resources because that's what a lot of times they tell you to do. Think of your resources. Think of your resources. Sometimes you are your biggest resource, so you gotta think to yourself and figure it out.
Right.
And that's what's gonna be able to get you through those hard times. And the mental stuff that really is bigger than business. I think counseling is always a great situation, bro. I hate talk about counseling because I feel like I'm blessed. My personal counselor when it comes to like mental therapy was a childhood friend of mine. She's like a sister to me. My mom, she didn't really adopt her, but she adopted her in every time she seen us
Right.
around each other. Her mom as well. That's my other mother.
Yeah.
But she ended up going to school for it and is a professional psychiatrist. So that's where I go. And I think it's a luxury because this is my childhood elementary friend
Right.
that's really got to see me
Yeah.
grow up and transcend. And she's also been there in my life for some of the moments that weren't as bright. And so she knows how it was in real time. And I don't think she was a professional for all those times.
Yeah.
So it's dope to see it now. So like I said, I hate talking about it because everybody doesn't get those type of counselors.
Right.
But I think if you can find the right therapist and find somebody that can really work for you, it's a great situation because sometimes we talk to the wrong people.
Oh yeah.
I learned that too, and it's not about the chitter chat. It's just everybody don't always got the best intention with that information, and you got to realize that too. And when I realized that, that's what got me here today.
Yeah.
It got me here today to understand how to move forward.
It's powerful, man.
Nah, for sure. I'm telling you, you gotta go through it. I ain't went into no details about nothing on nothing, but I've been through these situations.
Right.
It's plural. You know what I'm saying? I've been through these situations to getting back to where it's about you and where you taking it and what impact, like I'm telling you, you want to have. I want to have an impact on the people that helped me be here today.
Right.
I don't want to just impact the world because that's where money and all that success comes from. Nobody would be where they are without the group of people that support it. The Walmarts wouldn't be where they at if we didn't shop there.
Right.
So it's like I just appreciate everybody that shops at Walmart. If you shopping with Hardaway, I really do appreciate you. If I don't say it enough when you see me out or online or whatever, I really do appreciate y'all. And I think it's taking what we've been talking about, a part of my my journey in my career to understand how much everybody really matters.
Right. Yeah. That's powerful, man. So before the final couple questions, I want to acknowledge you real quick. I want to acknowledge you for becoming the man that you are today and the consistency that you,
I'm like,
um,
what I do?
just the consistency that you displayed, both in your craft, but also in just your personal development and just the growth. And
Man, I really tell you, bro, I appreciate the people around me.
yeah,
There's a lot of people around me. I can't go in and just naming everybody, but there's a lot of people around me with genuine love, tough love that help mold that. I'm not self-made. That's why I really do appreciate the people around me, because you need and they talk about yes men and stuff like that. You need somebody to tell you, nah, that wasn't right.
right.
That's not cool. That's not the code. That's not the way of life. And I'm glad for everybody that be telling me, nah, that wasn't right. Because there's some people that will continue to tell you yes, whether they want to see you win or lose.
Right.
Some people tell you yes because they know you're finna go lose in doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I realize that as one of my things is the community that I hold. I really do value them. Close friends, family, uh, even that. I treat the gender and CO1 the same. I be having random strangers say something and they don't be knowing. Like, you don't know what type of day I'm having. Why is your word so powerful? No, tell me more.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Like, your
Been
word
there
was
before for sure.
powerful. Like, so I really been just looking at that, and like I said, a level of appreciation and gratitude gonna take you so far, bro. Being humble will take you far, but when you really appreciate the things that are given, the things that are allowed, everybody will really be like, man, that's why I rock with that guy. You know what I'm saying? Every
Yep.
time I did something for him, it felt like the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's how appreciation should feel.
Right.
You should feel like it's not that serious, bro. Nah, it's that serious to him. You don't know what he going through or she going through. That they really did appreciate that. The gratitude that, man, you didn't have to do that, but you did.
Right.
And even if, like I said, you can't pay that person back, pay it forward.
Yeah.
I learned that. I didn't know that. I did not know anything that I didn't said. I did not just come with it programmed.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Like
comes from somewhere,
like you
someone.
said, it was the
Yeah.
journey. And it back to like the original part of all this conversation. It took DJing for a lot of this to come to light. Like, I feel like while we sitting here today, well, a lot of y'all may not know, me and bro went to high school together, and for me in high school, I was going to the club underage and enjoying myself, and these guys were having better GPAs than me, even though I caught up in AP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
No, I remember.
they were having better GPAs than me, and just wondering, was that guy gonna ever amount to something? I think because there is a level of serious when it comes to your junior and your senior year of what do you want to do with your life. And then, like, to sit here with a dope podcast and dope platform and all the accolades that I have accomplished as a DJ, that guy that was going to the club in high school obviously had a mission. And to say what it is now is that I learned at that time what passion could get you. I learned in the game through the adversity of the highs and the lows on what's right and what's wrong as humans, bro. I learned a lot of humanistic, if that is a word, uh, things through the club experience, bro. Like, you probably learned it from a business class, or you probably learned it from your job. I learned it literally from some weird, the bottle fell off the table and there's principles to this.
Right.
And that's what I'm like grateful for too. Like, damn, how do you learn that from that situation? And it's like, damn, it's a business. That's why.
Right.
Once you treat it like a business, you'll see the results in that. So I can say that I'm just forever grateful for the experiences that it taught me to help me evolve as the person sitting next to you, because it's not a place. I don't know how to talk about the club because it is some people's outlet, but it's some people's bad place to be for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And if you get caught up on the bad side instead of the fun outlet side, you could get caught up in the dark world. And I've been in that too, just being a DJ and sometimes thinking you're bigger than the program, sometimes putting your brand in a position that it enables who your personal person is.
Right.
And like I said, it was all learning things that help develop character, manhood, all of those things. So,
Yeah.
like I said, when you said, did I ever know like it wasn't for me? No, I knew it was for me because
Yeah.
look what everything that came with it. It taught me so much. So for sure.
Yeah, that's huge, man. Some powerful stuff in here. So
Man, and like I really appreciate
yeah,
you for allowing the platform because I'm not saying don't nobody want to ask me about it, but it is a story to it. I'm sure everybody has a story, so it's good to be able to tell mine. And if somebody could grow from my story, I'm more than willing to help you too because it wasn't easy for me.
right,
I had great mentors in everything that I did, and even the mentors that like they're not around me. There's DJs that taught me certain like techniques and stuff. I don't even talk to no more, but
yeah. They're
let
all
them
part of
look.
the journey.
But no, they
Yeah,
come across my feed, I get
yeah,
excited. They come
right,
across my, what's he doing on my feet? Man, that's
yeah,
my dog. People don't know. Like, that's really my dog. I really got mad love and respect for him because something little he probably taught me still works today.
yeah,
Like I said, even people like you, bro, I appreciate our journey from high school to date because, like I said, this platform right now is huge for me, bro. Like, it's really a big deal for me, at least, because it was an opportunity to tell my story. So I
right.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
No,
appreciate you, dog.
we got a handshake. You feel me? For sure, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah. Last and final question, man. What is in this season of your life? What does living mean to you?
Ooh, in this season in my life, living means to me to actually live. Don't just talk it. Like a lot of people, I'm living right now. So what are you doing?
Right.
Living. What is that defined as? So I guess like defining what living is for me, and for me right now, it's progressional. I would say I don't have the instant result. You about to see it. Like some vacations, I need it.
Yeah.
I need some vacations, but I don't even like to call them vacations. I like to call them workcations. I like to split it in half.
There you go.
Try to get some work in and be able to get some peace in. So stuff like that. I think I'm very focused in that part of the chapter of my career is to live, man. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, your mental, your body, your family, and the rest is gonna fall in line, bro.
Right.
Believing in God and all of that, the rest is gonna fall in line. That's all. When it comes to personal.
Right.
That's the things that you can actually control. The things that may seem uncontrollable are what you gotta really do to live. You gotta really believe in God. You gotta really take the time away from the distractions and do what's best for you. Make sure you're in a one-on-one situation that you can hold all accountability for however this goes down.
Right.
You won't point the finger at nobody. So that's why I say that's how I'm living right now. I'm living in a situation I could take full accountability and enjoy life in doing it.
Hell yeah. Hell
Like I
yeah.
said, I appreciate you, bro. You don't even know. This is a
Appreciate you.
great interview. I hope a lot of other people tune in. I say it all the time. If I ever need help getting on these platforms, hit me up because there's other people with dope stories that we all need to hear so that we can all transcend and be better at whatever we do.
100%.
Like I said, I
Everybody,
appreciate you,
DJ
bro.
Hardaway. Appreciate you.
Super lock.
And